Hey, welcome to the 9. Good to have you with us today. Monday, first day of spring, lots to get to. We've got Alan Longstreet, Ryan Armani.
Hello.
I'm Dina Santafanti. How you guys doing?
Good, great.
Good today. I mean, come on. If I was any better, I'd be two people.
He would.
Is that a dad joke? We'll get to that.
We're gonna get there. Yeah, I think that's a Ryan. That's an Armani.
If I was
Yeah.
any better, I'd be
It's
two
all yours.
people. How many
got-
times
yeah.
have you seen that?
What?
got your
I
own
don't get
category.
the
I don't
joke
get
of
it
that either.
I don't
do, because he's so good, he can't even keep it in. He has to have, God had to make two people.
Two of them.
To
Right.
fill all of the goodness that is Ryan Armani.
Come on.
It's
Yeah.
like when Ryan will
Yeah.
throw out a half dozen, six, or what's that one?
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Well, my favorite with Ryan is, he gets going and he won't stop. And sometimes you can see it in his eye and you're like, where's he gonna land?
Right.
And he doesn't know. But
No.
he finds a landing strip somewhere and it's always wonderful.
It's whatever it takes.
Yeah, he does it. You guys feeling nice and spring-like today?
Well, it's crisp. It's a crisp start to spring out there.
It is. But today's the day, though. Spring is today.
Yes!
It begins today,
right.
5/24
Oh,
officially.
man.
So here we go.
What does
We
that
made it through
mean?
winter.
Alan's been doing heavy-duty science all morning.
Oh my God, my brain has
Very
been so
scientific.
big, I might need another brain. Another head to stash my big brain into.
Too much information in
Yeah,
there.
no, we don't need to get into the nitty gritty. We'll do that later. But it's
All right.
5/24. That's when the vernal equinox is, and it's about the tilt of the sun, or the
Vernal
tilt of the
equ-
earth, rather. Yeah, just a fancy way of saying spring. Us scientists, we like to create fancy words in order to sound smart.
It
but
works.
but the beauty is we're just distancing ourselves from winter. Now we're in the process of that, because Dina, you're right. I mean, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
But it's not Saturday.
Can I say this about
Yeah, please
spring?
do. Please.
I feel like one of the great parts about Michigan is the four seasons, are the
It is,
four
yeah,
seasons.
for sure.
Unfortunately, it feels like it goes summer to winter, winter to summer. Like, we rarely have a good chunk of spring or a good chunk of fall.
Well, I will say that you're wrong 100% about fall, because we had a beautiful fall.
Beautiful
this
fall. It
this
was
last
a beautiful
fall is
fall.
awesome.
Fall was a beautiful, gorgeous.
And it was honestly more like a spring.
Yeah.
It felt like. So for you, when
Ryan,
you say good
anything
spring,
Alan says, Ryan agrees with immediately.
Totally.
we got a real good thing going here. When you say beautiful spring, what is that for you? 60 with sun, 50 with sun?
I think anything between like 55 and 70.
I
Yeah.
know. Here's what it is.
Please do.
We just don't want snow on
know.
Mother's Day.
Yeah,
Or
right.
Easter Sunday.
Sure.
So that's what makes it feel like we're still in winter.
Yeah.
And then bam, we're in summer.
Like, can we get from 60 to 69 degrees?
Okay, sure.
How many days on the calendar? Here's some homework
Let's
for you.
do it. I'll do it.
How many days?
I gotta take notes here.
Okay,
right?
you ready?
man.
This is a question. Because I consider that a beautiful spring day, 60 to
Sure.
69 degrees. How many days on the calendar are we legit in the 60s?
Okay, of
What
1 year.
defines spring, Alan? Are there
there's a-
meteorological parameters?
Well, it has to do. It's an astronomical. It has to do with when the sun's rays are directly over the equator.
Wow.
That signals the beginning of spring. Now there's
I know.
discussion. There is discussion in the weather world. Some folks say that no. We don't need to do it on the calendar. It's March 1st. March, April, May. That's spring.
Yes,
and that's
kinda-
the way that
But
we define it for record
What
keeping.
I'm asking is there spring is categorized in your little book, in your little weather book, as between these temperatures.
Always got to dig in.
This
No,
percent
absolutely
of humidity?
not. No, because spring
Has-
is different depending on where
has
you're at in the
nothing to do
world.
with- yeah,
you know what I
true,
mean?
true,
And the
true,
truth
yeah.
is that winter bleeds into spring and spring bleeds into fall.
Yeah.
Or summer.
So it really has nothing
summer.
to do with temperature or weather at
Yeah.
all.
Oh, it's just a preference.
It
Yeah,
just
it's a
has to do
preference.
with where the sun
Yeah,
is.
just
For
a
sure.
preference. Dina.
Normal
Bunch of
spring is
nonsense.
wild. The days are
Alright.
growing longer. That's good news. We can all agree about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I agree with you.
So good.
We agree with you.
How about this, gang? The Spartans advancing to the round of 16. They have made it to the Sweet 16. They shared their locker room celebration on Twitter with the world to see. Coach Izzo getting some well-deserved cheers from his team. Take a look. God, you know what? I just love him. I love him. I'm so happy for him. MSU came out on top. They upset two-seeded Marquette with a final score of 69-60. See, even the score wants that spring weather of 60 to 69. This is the Green and White's first Sweet 16 since 2019. The Spartans will play against third-seeded Kansas State on Thursday. That's 6:30 p.m. We will have much more on the Spartans coming up in just a little bit. Jennifer Hammond was there with the team in Columbus, Ohio.
That game was, so tight down to the last second. It was such a good game.
And they had a good lead to start off the
Yeah,
game,
they did.
and then they came back. So it was a really good game.
Yeah.
Love Tom Izzo.
Will you root for the Spartans?
Yes.
All right.
All things considered this year, look, nobody dislikes Tom Izzo. That's one.
Sure.
I mean, even the hardcore Michigan fan in me loves Tom Izzo. And then with everything they went through this year, I'm rooting for the Spartans. Go green, go white.
So,
I'll set it.
And then the question is, where do they go
nice.
from here? I mean, this is a very winnable game. Once you make it to the Sweet 16, anything can happen.
I think any of the 16 teams left can win the national championship. This is just one of those years where there's no dominant team. Everybody's in it. They got a shot.
And this is when Michigan State thrives as the underdog, right?
January, February, Izzo. April, May. Just rename March Izzo. That's all you got to do.
So that game is what, Thursday at 6:30, I think?
Thursday at 6:30.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
You are going to be stunned when you hear who he ran into.
Don't
at a
look at the
restaurant.
prompter,
Don't
though,
look.
okay?
Okay.
So pretty cool. I was in Florida over the weekend. I was eating lunch at this small restaurant. It's called the Honor Bar.
Bronze, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does.
It was
Nice color.
called the Honor Bar. Guess who walks in?
Chef Bobby.
Jerry Seinfeld. It was really cool. Okay, one of the
How big is this restaurant?
very small.
There's a small,
very small. So
you were breathing the same air as Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. So so I was sitting at a booth right by the door.
With this guy, right
this
there.
This guy,
on
Jerry
the street.
Seinfeld. It was really cool.
No.
Probably the most famous person I've ever seen.
For sure.
Other than I interviewed Sylvester Stallone, but it was like a work thing. But this is probably the most famous person I've ever seen, legitimately on the street. So I had gotten up from the table to make a phone call, and I was standing outside on the sidewalk right by the door, and these three guys just walk up to the door. They open it. I'm like, that's Jerry Seinfeld.
No.
So I ended my call. The call was over. I didn't end the call because Jerry Seinfeld was there. But he was just waiting. There's no room at all. He's waiting in this area, waited 5 minutes for a table. I walked back into the restaurant they were blocking the door. I said, "Excuse me, gentlemen."
No.
And
You talked to Jerry Seinfeld?
Well, no, I did not talk to Jerry Seinfeld. The guy he was with, he was with two other guys. The guy he was with held the door, and they got out of the way, and I got back to my table, and I was like, that's Jerry Seinfeld. He was wearing sunglasses, a sport coat, and his patented hat. He always wears a hat. And he didn't say a word. He didn't say a word to anybody.
Anybody go up to him?
Nobody went up to him as far that I saw. But I wanted to so bad.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
I wanted to so bad, but I couldn't be that guy.
You could have.
I could not be that guy.
Sure.
I mean, it was.
So he did not get it to go. He sat down in that restaurant.
Yes.
Could you see him? How far were you from him?
So it's like one row of booths. It's like a one row restaurant.
You couldn't see what he ordered?
No, I couldn't. But he was standing there for 5 minutes before he got a table.
This is like the show. This is you could have seen Seinfeld in Seinfeld.
Oh my God!
Right? That's what the show is. Sitting in the diner
What's
talking.
so funny, and this is no BS here. 5 minutes probably before he walked in, we were referring to George Costanza.
No.
Just a funny story about George Costanza.
Every situation in life can be related to a Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It can be.
We talk about who's the most famous person you've ever run into, or who would you like to see, or what would you do? That was really cool.
So if you did, it's probably best that you didn't talk to him, right? He's a human, give him space. What would you have done? Did you think about strategies? You're the dad joke guy. Would you have given him your best material?
Totally got cold.
Yeah. What would you have said?
Totally got cold.
Do you wish you would have said, "Hey"? Jerry,
no, the only
watched
way, so
a really good
guy
show.
that I work with, guy that I work with at Woodward Sports, Tom Mazaway. Guy that I work with at Woodward Sports, Tom Mazaway. probably Jerry Seinfeld is his numero uno above all else. So I was thinking about Maz.
Yeah.
To do something. That's what I would have done.
Was he wearing is he a Mets guy?
He's a Mets fan.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Mets. It was not a Mets hat. It was just a hat.
Did you like brush into him on accident? Like do the accidental touch?
I don't know if I did an accidental touch on him, but it was very close. It was very close. And it was like he was so calm and didn't say a word to anybody. He walked in, the two guys, he was with two guys, so three total.
Couple of no names.
Bodyguards or friends?
Had to be bodyguards.
Okay.
No.
Friends and bodyguards.
You think you leave the house if you're Jerry Seinfeld without a
No.
bodyguard?
He's not going to.
I wouldn't say bodyguards. I would say some sort of security detail.
They're friends who can kill anybody who messes with you.
Yeah, some
Call
sort
it
of
what you
security
want.
detail.
Yeah.
He's going to lunch with two bodyguards?
Not bodyguards, friends/security detail.
You develop a relationship with these people.
Like
they become your family.
Look,
Dina.
when they speak for you, that's like my friends, your friends.
I don't speak for Ryan.
you.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
I let my guy roar.
All right.
He says
You know
his own
what I mean?
things.
Let me ask you another question. You were in Florida.
Yes.
How was your air travel?
It's not good.
Oh,
really?
No.
There again?
No, the air traveling is not a pleasant thing anymore. You literally, and I've been on 4 flights, 2 trips since the start of the year. It is, you hold your breath and you just hope to get to your next location.
Now,
that's just the way traveling has become.
Every facet
in
of
this
it?
country in 2024.
Were your bags lost? Were the
2023.
people disruptive, or what was the issue?
Delays. We had an hour delay coming home. Then we get home, and you're sitting on the tarmac because there's nobody to wave them in. So we're sitting for another. So your plane is at Metro Airport, just stopped, waiting
So
for
close.
a crew to wave you in.
Yep.
Like it's just
It's
delay
also-
after delay.
We should recognize that this time of year, and I've been on a few flights too, and it's been, these days I'm so happy when the plane lands. There's so much turbulence. Is that a thing that there's more turbulence?
Like
to
in
it?
literal turbulence in
I
the
don't
atmosphere?
know. I just
Yeah.
feel, maybe I'm just becoming more jittery.
Sure.
But I am just so happy when the plane lands sometimes that I can overlook a lot of those delays.
Yeah.
But
Right.
traveling this time of year is so tricky because there's so many kids on spring break. I was just at Orlando Airport. Oh, you want to see every ledge is covered with people. They're just lining the hallways. People waiting, delayed. One couple going viral on TikTok, they booked a trip to Panama City Beach, Florida. They weren't thinking about it being spring break. So this is
they were
what
adults
happened.
trying to do adult stuff.
Yeah,
and
well,
then
they
the
were
kids
just
were
like,
there. Oh, man.
look at this. So they're like, oh, let's go on a little fun little trip. And they are surrounded by
Nirvana.
It's so funny. I saw a guy in a Nirvana shirt too, actually, in
funny.
Florida. Not him though.
yeah, just surrounded by spring breakers, which it might be fun, but
Sure.
you might not want a bunch of college kids, in your nice relaxing beach vacation. Oh, she's cute though. So a lot
So
of
is he.
people, huh?
Said so is he.
Yeah, so is their Nirvana t-shirt guy.
Handsome beard.
Yeah.
If you're gonna travel though, you literally have to just count your blessings once you get to the place.
Yeah.
This guy's traumatized.
Hold your breath.
Is
Hold your
not-
breath.
There are a lot of
Don't
delays.
you cannot you expect delays, expect things not to
Okay.
go smoothly.
Sometimes at the airport too, they'll go flight 262 to Atlanta. Your flight has been canceled. Please see the gate agent. Just canceled.
Oh, that's not a good.
I think
And then I
that-
imagine there's a stampede to
Yeah.
the gate agent.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: in light of it could always be worse. You have young kids.
Yeah.
Could you imagine driving to Florida with them?
No, but
It still would be better than that.
Yeah, but at the same time too, like
That wasn't a hard yes.
Well,
That wasn't
it's one of those things too that you're paying so much money to fly on these airplanes and get from point A to point B, and the service is not getting better. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Doesn't
getting
feel
worse.
good. Yeah.
So it's like going to a restaurant, paying all this money for an expensive meal, and having it be overcooked or a terrible experience. It's
Sure.
just you pay for you feel like you just want the experience to be commensurate with the price
Yes.
that you pay. Does that make sense?
The man doesn't ask for money. It makes perfect
But the
sense.
people
Yes.
who are working then get the brunt
No
of the
doubt.
blame. 'Cause
I agree.
either.
I'm not.
they're trying to do multiple jobs.
Yeah, I'm not mad at them.
It is a tricky time.
I'm not mad at those
to be
people.
traveling.
Systematic
No,
situation.
it is what it is.
Right, maybe you need to stay home.
Or let's
Ooh,
start our own airline.
burned.
Start our own airline,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah, I don't
Stay
know.
home with those kids.
I don't know. I wish I knew the reason for all this stuff.
yeah.
Well, that
You know?
is the weird part, isn't
Yeah.
it?